chicken makhani or butter chicken, because makhani means butter in Hindi, is the most popular dish in restaurants in India. Basically, it is an unctuous sauce made with tomato and butter, and of course it has a few spices in it. And the sweetness and sourness of the tomato is balanced with a little bit of the kasuri methi or the dried fenugreek leaf.
First of all, we are going to prepare the marinade for the chicken. What we got over here is full fat yogurt, ginger garlic paste, paprika powder, coriander powder, powdered cumin, and garam masala powder. First of all, we are going to mix all these ingredients together and blend them well. I'm going to use some lime juice, few drops of lime juice. Now we are going to cut chicken. We are going to make deep cuts into the chicken. So when we marinate the chicken with yogurt marinade, all the flavors and the spices goes into the meat, and we are going to leave this chicken in the marinade for 1 to 2 hours. And we are going to first sear the chicken and then cook it on a low heat. We are going to add piece by piece. Now we are going to turn the chicken on both the sides, and then we are going to cook it for 15 to 20 minutes on a low heat till chicken is done.
The chef is working in a normal domestic kitchen. You don't need any special utensils to cook the food. You do need a good food mixer, a grinder.
You can use any sorts of pans, pots. Preferably, they got to have a thick bottom. While the chicken is cooking, we are going to prepare makhani sauce. To make the makhani sauce, what I got here is blanched, peeled and pureed tomatoes, crushed fenugreek leaves. Fenugreek is a magic ingredient in this recipe, which has a delicious bitterness to it, which is going to give a nice aroma to the dish at the end. And roasted paprika powder. The reason why I'm using roasted paprika powder, because it's going to give a nice smoky flavors to the makhani sauce. Usually the murg makhani is prepared with tandoori chicken or chicken tikka, which are cooked in tandoor. So the chicken tikka or a tandoori chicken has lots of smoky flavors. So to obtain the smoky flavors, I'm using roasted paprika. Now we are going to add tomatoes to the pan. And we are going to cook the tomatoes for 5 minutes till it's reduced slightly.
Well, the best hint I can give you if you're making a chicken makhani is to get the taste of the tomato right. It's so important to get the right blend of tomatoes, and if you have to mix different kinds of tomatoes, please go ahead and do that. You may have to use plum tomatoes in a tin. Mix it with a little bit of tomato paste, even add a few drops of tomato ketchup if necessary, and use fresh tomato as well. So you get a play between the sour and the sweet.
Now the tomato has cooked for 5 minutes. We are going to add chilled butter to it. Chilled butter because if it's overcooked, it's going to separate from the sauce. That's the reason I'm putting chilled butter in here, so that it's not going to split. I'm adding roasted paprika powder. Okay. Now we are going to cook it till butter melts. Now the butter has disappeared in there. I'm going to add garam masala powder to it. And I'm going to add dry fenugreek powder to it. Let's just see whether it's sour enough or not. I think we'll have to add a hint of vinegar. Vinegar is going to increase the sourness. Just going to add some salt. Finally, we are going to add some cream. Now we are going to add this sauce to the cooked chicken.
Butter chicken is such a seductive taste. It's a play between the sweet, the sour, and the unctuousness of the dairy, with just a touch of the herby bitter of kasuri methi. It's absolutely wonderful. Well, butter chicken is not only one of the great curries of India, it's probably the greatest curry of India, because it's the single most ordered dish in every Indian restaurant in the country.